It didn't happen. So we're going to visit Revelations in the Bible for the end of days. Now, I don't know if you've read Revelations. I remember one time I picked it up and thought I might read it. It scared me so bad I shut it and put it away. I thought, boy, this is just too much. So I took a different approach at looking at it this time, went on the internet. They soft-pedaled it a bit, if you want to call it that. The book of Revelations is filled with awesome imagery, and it is interpreted in many different ways, some literally and some symbolically. The book says that judgments are going to be released upon the earth in the form of 7 trumpets, 2 witnesses, a dragon, which is the devil, the beast, which is the Antichrist, the false prophet, and 7 golden bowls. The judgments passed on to the earth and all its inhabitants will include plague, earthquakes, fire, famine, meteor storms, and lack of drinking water. Eventually, the prophecy goes on and leads up to the Antichrist assuming world domination, with his false prophet overseeing the one world religion. One world religion. The Antichrist is prophesied to rule the world for a period of time until the Battle of Armageddon. I don't know about you, but I just can't wrap my brain around the concept that any living being, spiritual being, or anything of the sort could convert everybody to one world religion. I mean, really, have you ever heard of the Middle East? I don't think it's going to happen. Okay, so good news. At the end of 2011, NASA Representative Dan Yeomans spoke at a press conference and mentioned about why the Earth is not going to come to an end in 2012. Now, this is a scientist. The first and most important thing that Yeomans said was that because of the 365-day calendar the Mayans used, it had what they called the long count of 5,125 years long. This landing on the 21st of December, it doesn't necessarily mean it's the end of time. It just means it's the next long count begins, such as one year ends, another one begins, school term ends, summer begins, summer ends, school begins again. You know, one door opens, another one closes, and that sort of thing. That's all it's saying. Like I said, the 14th Bacton, which nobody mentions. Last Sunday, John Rogers spoke in Casadega, and I liked what he said. He said that the Mayans just ran out of ink. So I kind of like that idea. The Mayans ran out of ink. I'll stick with that. So we're not going to be concerned about the ending of the world coming. So what are we going to be concerned about as we have entered into January 1st, now the 15th, and coming into February next? I think any time that we begin something new, we anticipate change. So when the new year comes, we get all these ideas about making something different in our lives, because we're human beings, and I guess we want things to be different and better than it was in the past year. My past year wasn't all that exciting and great. It had some downs, plenty. So I'm happy to see 2012 with all its dire predictions. We often become inspired in a new year to create a new me. We go on a diet, we go to the gym in the hopes of creating an improved body. We don't like the current body, so we're hopeful for an improved version, a new model. So some people want to lose weight, they want to quit smoking, quit drinking, quit biting their nails. They want to eliminate what we perceive as being negative in our lives, what's wrong with us. Because we identify the new year with change, we also frequently look at jobs as changing in our jobs of position. We want to make more money. We want to have a better advancement opportunity. We want better benefits. We want to enjoy our job more. I think we're really hard on ourselves at this time of year when we zero in on all our imperfections and changing them. What's wrong with the old me? I think we need to give that some consideration. Why do I have to be a new me? The old me has gotten me this far. Haven't I done pretty well? Perhaps life has been grand with you and other people in your life. Maybe creating a new you isn't really necessary. That is something I think we should consider. We can beat ourselves up, go to the gym, go on a diet. We can do all these things that we hope, and we might be missing out on something, like being happy. Maybe our body isn't meant to be railroad thin. Oprah Winfrey once said that no matter what she did, how she dieted or whatever, she would never be skinny because her hips, her bone structure just wasn't built that way. Now, some of us are a smaller bone structure, some of us are a larger bone structure. Your bigger bone structure is just not going to get skinny no matter what you do. So it's like, give it up and accept yourself as you are. We have to be satisfied at some point with how we appear, how we look. The job we currently have, and I hope you all are employed, may not actually be as bad upon closer examination. At least we're employed in a poor economy. It could be so much worse. We could be on the street, we could have no house, we could have no car, no job, no money. There's always somebody worse than us. Maybe the job we have isn't really that bad. Now, there's an old adage that I learned coming through spiritualism, that we have to learn to appreciate what we have before we can gain something better. That's gratitude. You can learn Spanish this year. You can take piano lessons this year. Or you can wait till next year. No pressure. You aren't going to learn Spanish to be an interpreter. And you're not going to learn the piano to become Billy Joel. That boat has sailed. This is strictly for pleasure, for your own entertainment, for whatever. So why put pressure on yourself? You can wait till July to do it. You don't have to start now. I think that we're too hard on ourselves on our meditation stuff and spirituality occasionally. I know that is true with the students because they're like, it's just not coming fast enough. And they get very frustrated with themselves and they don't understand why they're, well, so-and-so is coming along so fast and here I am, I'm still, doing this and it's just not coming clear and I'm not hearing or I'm not seeing or whatever. And I think we really beat up ourselves too much. It comes, when it's supposed to. How spiritual can we be? We aren't monks. We aren't in the Himalayas. We aren't meditating 16 hours a day in an ashram. Just how much can we expect of ourselves living where we do and how we do? We might be doing pretty good if we look at it. Are we not meditating? Are we not receiving communication? Are we receiving guidance? Well, then why are you beating yourself up? Maybe we're doing pretty good on what we're receiving after all. We could take a page from the Chinese and the way they celebrate. Nowhere do they indicate that change is necessary. Maybe, just maybe, we're all right just the way we are. And will continue to be in 2012. No pressure. Just recognition that we're okay as we are and be appreciative of that and of having the help that we do. We may not be perfect, but so what? We're grateful to be who we are, where we are now. And what we have is far more than what a lot of people have. So you're okay as you are today. If you want to focus on something, try gratitude and forgiveness. Those are two wonderful things. Try loving those who yank your chain and drive you crazy because they're put on the earth to give you lessons. And that is such an easy thing for me to say, and it's very hard for me to follow. And I'm sure other people too. I'm not the only one. That's a hard lesson. But at least recognize the lesson is there in front of you, whether you failed it or you got it good this time. At least you recognize it, and you'll do better the next time. Try loving those who yank your chain. It can be hard, but try it. Be grateful for them that they're in your life giving you these lessons. The last time I was here, my friend Philip did the meditation, did a beautiful meditation, and we were in the light at one point. And there was somebody in the room who I have had a strained relationship with for many, many years, probably 25 years. And it's not you, Steve. No. It wasn't you. And I put this person in the light with me. Later on that day, I ran into this person a second time, which is kind of unusual, twice in one day right there to begin with. And we started talking nicely, civilly, like we hadn't done in 25 years. We talked for a full hour. It was amazing. And we walked away friends after 25 years. I'm getting chills as I'm saying this. And it started here in the meditation. I'm too old at this point in my life to want enemies. I don't want any enemies, none. And I'm very happy for that friendship again. So in closing, I'm going to say, the world's not going to come to an end. Love yourself, love others, forgive them for heaven's sakes, quit the pressure. Namaste.